Heartful welcome to all of you in our Heartfulness webinar. Today we have Miss Ruchi Srivastava, who is DIG at the MP cadre. She's an IPS of 2006 batch. And we have Mr. Abhigyu Kushwaha, who is Supreme Court advocate on record. And the topic for our today's discussion is the legal issues amid COVID. So, I would ask Ms. Ruchi Srivastava that she is taking care of a big state like Madhya Pradesh, which has a population of about 8.5 crores. And I think there are a majority of COVID cases. So I would want to ask her, how is she taking care of the state under such crisis and taking care of the call of duty as well as taking care of the humanitarian grounds.
Hi Sonam, thank you very much for calling me for this webinar. And I'm posted as DIG Ratlam range these days, which is supervisory post for 3 districts of Madhya Pradesh, Western Madhya Pradesh. This is Ratlam, Neemuch and Mandsaur. And we have been involved with the process of taking care of challenges that have come up with the COVID issue now. So with the announcement of the lockdown, we just saw a very unique situation in the state as well as in India and in large parts of the world, where people were just held up wherever they were. So initially, it was like an experiment that to counter and to check the spread of COVID, we need to stay indoors. So law enforcement agencies had this work of keeping people inside, because this was one of a very rare experiment with people also. Normally in curfew situations, like we face certain law and order, and for a particular area, for a particular police station region or area or district, we normally impose, the administration imposes 144 CRPC orders where people are told to stay inside, not together in more than five in numbers, etc. And lot many like julus and dharna and things like that are prohibited. But this time it was like a complete lockdown, which stopped all economic activities, all means of transport, all public gatherings, all religious gatherings, all kinds of purchase, shopping, etc. So it was a unique situation, and it took some time for people to get in terms with this situation. The law enforcement agencies, they had this task with their hand, that they have to enforce these orders. And as cases started coming up, these places, the people who were found positive, their houses, their locations were termed as epicenters, and a particular periphery taking that house in center was declared as containment zones. So containment zones had even lesser activities, like even for essential items purchase also, they don't have to go out of their house, and all essential supplies are being provided on their doors only. So people were not in terms with such situations. Still, I would say that when such a situation has arisen, and large number of people, I mean the entire population of any district, of any place, of any state is affected by this situation, to a large extent, I would say that people have responded really well. And police authorities, law enforcement authorities had to change their duty schedules, where 24 hours you have to guard a particular place to ensure that nobody comes out. So it created a lot of confrontations also in certain areas, where the another challenge that we faced, that there was a very minimum scope of communication with the people, because of this COVID situation, we don't know who is carrying COVID, maybe same, because a lot many people have asymptomatic situation also. So on one side, when police has to enforce orders, when police has to ensure that people stay indoors. If somebody comes out, then if we go to arrest them, or if we want to enforce certain restrictions, then also we have to be with very limited interaction with that person. Also for communication, you have to go with the proper gear, the like protective gears and all. So that created another distance and another tussle with the people, because in general situations when we have to enforce certain orders, at least we get some time to communicate it to the people, to get their support for its proper implementation. So all these social media and virtual platforms are still there, their new news media is there, but one to one convincing of people is very limited. And the police authorities also, a lot of staff, when they see that so many people are falling sick, they also have this fear in their mind that they might get affected and distance from their own families, because lot many people, health workers, police authorities, they are not going home just to avoid their families falling sick. So amongst all these mental, personal, physical trauma and challenges of duty, we are working in the field. So with the lockdown 1 and 2, now things have established, and people know as to how they have to behave. But another challenge now, the coming up challenges, that when this lockdown gets opened in several places, now economic activities are being allowed in part or in full, and means of transport are still not open. But when this is all allowed, then how people would react, and how the law enforcement you know engages with people to ensure that physical distancing norms are abided. That is another challenge now. So all these, the situation has varied from day one to now, and we are still facing a lot of crisis. But the positive thing is that a lot many people are getting cured also. This infection is widespread, but a lot many people are getting cured as well. A lot many people are having no symptoms, although they are carriers, but despite of being being themselves positive, they are not carrying symptoms. So the fear that was there, the initial trauma or panic that was there, that to my understanding, that has reduced to some extent. But at the same time, we are facing challenges in providing safety gear, in making sure that people do not infect each other. And with the opening of the lockdown, there is another challenge now.
So how has the crime rate, I would like to know, has it increased or decreased? Because everybody is locked inside, and there are
Very
many cases about domestic violence that are coming up. So are you also facing the same challenges, coming to know about such cases, or the situation is?
I would say very interestingly, initially the crime rate was almost zero that we saw in our places, because there was no interaction public amongst public. So there was no, say for example, murder, no rape, no suicide, no things like that. So no accidents, zero fatalities due to accidents and all, no theft, no burglary, no loot. So it was a very unique situation where almost the crime rate was zero. But definitely people staying indoors, there are certain cases where interpersonal tussles, struggles, they have to some extent they've risen up. Unfortunately, there are certain incidents where people have committed suicides as well, because of the fear, anxiety, as well as these family issues. To some extent, we have seen certain cases. Also, the antisocial elements who are not following lockdown in that ways, they have settled discourse. Also, there are certain incidents of say murders, etc. But all these activities are quite limited, I would say. But definitely on a personal level, amongst the family, when people have started, staying indoors with the family 24/7, there are bound to be certain issues that, and unfortunately, we are not being able to address that much, because nobody is allowed to come out, and mostly police stations and all, they are looking after the issues that have come up due to COVID, and not due to general routine crime. So certain helplines and counseling centers are working over phone, and the helpline numbers, and the issue is being tried to tackle with. But then this is, I think, this is something which we need to address through counseling and through certain techniques that can help people sort out these emotional, personal, interpersonal issues, family issues, rather than law enforcement agencies being very helpful in helping people.
Okay. So also I wanted to know, how are you combating this problem in the prisons? Because here in Delhi we had at the High Court a PIL filed through some advocates on the Tihar jails. So under your jurisdiction, what health parameters are you following for the antisocial elements,
Uh,
like you said, in the prisons?
Yes, that's a place which is normally quite overburdened almost anywhere. So our prisons capacities across India, I would say that there are more number of people than
Yeah.
what it was meant for. So this was very initial, at very initial level only. The state government took it as a major concern, and they tried to release certain criminals who were put or the accused who were put on very petty crimes, and maybe they were lacking bail for some reason or the other. And courts are also operational for urgent matters like bail hearing and all. So they are also, to some extent, I think they're given conditional bails also. So there is an effort to reduce the pressure on the jails. At the same time, prison authorities have maintained quarantine measures amongst the prisons also, where they have tried to keep people in distance. But at the same time, with all these efforts, despite of all these efforts, we have seen that there are numbers rising inside the jails, and the prisoner who is found positive, when the prisoner is shifted to the medical ward, we have to, law enforcement agency also has to put a separate guard to keep a watch. And as I mentioned earlier, that any authority, like any police anywhere, if they have to guard a positive patient, they have to themselves be with PPE kits and all precautions.
Right.
So it's a situation where you have to keep somebody, detained, and still you don't have to touch that fellow. You have to keep a distance from that person. So all these things are coming up, and we are trying to face these things as per our understanding and as per availability of resources.
Okay. So also there are highlights in the news that across country these warriors of Corona, the police and the doctors, they are being attacked on by the mobs. So they are there to protect them. So is your the personals under you are also facing the same problem, and how do you combat such a situation where you are there to protect them and you are getting beatings by them, or they are throwing stones on you? So what do you do in such a
Uh,
situation?
Definitely, it's a very unfortunate situation where initially agencies tried to help people out, but as I told you that there was a very small gap in communicating with the public, because there was very short time as well as scope to tell them, to interact with them, to convince them, because everybody is fearful, as I said. So health agencies, the police also, when we go to a certain place, maybe to uh, take people for quarantine. So at times when the message is not properly, given down the line, or maybe there is some fear amongst the community that we just don't know they are taking us to which place. And also there are a lot of rumors as well initially, that there was this particular community or the other, there is maybe we are being taken for cure or for getting us infected. And the challenge on the resources, like reports coming late, so people in isolation or quarantine facility, they are also getting irritated. There are certain incidents where people have committed suicide in quarantine centers as well. So all these things have created this challenge, and when somebody goes there and there is a non-cooperation from public side, there are certain antisocial elements, then such things happen when we saw those incidents. But legally, all these things are not allowed as per law. So there are very many legal procedures, legal acts, sections which cover all these incidents. Like there's the Medical Practitioners Protection Act, there is Epidemics Act, there is a National Disaster Management Act, and also IPC sections like orders of competent authority. If they are violated, then cases are being booked. People are taking under preventive detention also. But these are all on the legal side. What I would say that we need to, even despite of all these limitations, we need to reach out to masses. We need to communicate messages and to tell them as to what is good for them. And gradually we saw improvement in the situation, because when people saw that now their relatives, their community members, they are getting cured and they are coming back to their homes. So then support started pouring in, and we saw very many incidents where health workers, the police, the administration, they've been welcomed also for supporting the public in this time, and also for supplies of essential items as well. Since all these agencies are working day in and day out to ensure that people are not, they do not die due to hunger. They are provided of their essential commodities. So people responded, and they actually communicated their thanks also. At the same time, we saw across India, we saw movement of labor in very pathetic conditions with meager resources, and then agencies came in support of these labor, which is actually they have to that is part of their duty. So a lot of cooperation amongst the state and amongst agencies that take care of these supplies, this support, transport, etc. So that was also ensured. So now we see that a lot of cooperation is also coming in. But since a lot of time has now passed, and there's a mentality of the crowd also, a huge population that is being locked down, how it will react in coming times, what kind of psychological and mental status and aspirations are there, that we need to take care of.
Yeah, thank you. On that note, I would now like to ask Mr. Abhigyu Kushwaha on some legal aspects. Talking about domestic violence and the cases that are on a rise, what do you think that this, should I say, there was an escape for men, when I'm talking about women, that they went out for work and women was back home. But now due to this lockdown, both of them are, the term is that is being used is the intimate partner approach or something like that. So because of this intimacy, they have been locked down. There is a rise in domestic violence. Where do these women go now? Should they complain, or the PCR call? As a lawyer, what would you give a resolve for them?
The first question that arises: who is suffering domestic violence?
So for both of them, then.
It was just on the lighter side. Anyone, of course, first of all, nothing in law and the legal procedures, administrative procedures, nothing has changed, nothing has stopped. The police is there. People may have any kind of notions for or against them, but they have been doing their duty diligently. So we should, first of all, avoid these social media news. Most of them are fake. We all know about it. So when any kind of, not only, let's not just stick to domestic violence, let's spread it in any kind of thing which we are suffering through.
Yeah.
First thing the people should understand, that the police is not against them. Police is first of all the friend of the people. But the people have a general notion in their mind that no, police will, police have koi madad nahi karegi, such kind of things. But that is not true. So even if it is not quarantine, even if you look at normal stages, that time also this problem arises. People don't call them. People don't go out. People don't complain. most of the people, they think it's better to go to directly to the court. Why to go to court? Right now also the question which has come from your side is somewhat like that. People are not ready to go to police. The question is why. People should develop that faith. Police is there, 100 number comes immediately. They are ready to help you out. And people don't know the real duty of 100 number, the control room. What does the control room do? They don't have any powers. They are simply there to give you immediate relief. Then they will transfer your case to the nearest police station. But the people want 100% of things, duties from the 100 number, the police people who are there on the police control room. So if any kind of domestic violence or something happens with anyone, he or she has to call up the police immediately. The authorities has to be put into job. They are definitely on the job. They are definitely on the legs. Yesterday you would have known the news about Amit Rana, constable. He expired. Why? He was not in home. He was just performing his duties. So everybody is performing his duties. Try to use those resources. That is what the people should know about it.
Okay, so it is not only in India. If you see, it is on a global level that these violence at home, let's put it gender bias now for men and women, both it is happening globally. So the WHO has come up with the helplines and all that. So this lockdown has it increased the amount of pressure, or should I say stress level, anxiety? How does it go on with the heartfulness if we talk about
The best is to meditate.
meditate? Close your eyes.
The husband or wife should stay in the separate rooms and start meditating at 7, 12, 6.
Yeah.
Anyways, but as you said, it's all worldwide. First thing is first and foremost for each of the spouses is to realize what are they for each other. Okay. Second thing, one of the senior lawyers was there who had been a very kind guide to me throughout my life as a lawyer. He said once to me that, Abhigya, it's upon us whether we see the positive quality of the other person or we see the negative quality of the person. And what you see, you will reap. What you hold, the same path you will get. If we see the positive qualities and move ahead with that, of course, I think none of such kind of cases will come. But if we start cooking and everything, no, you are like this, you are like that, you are doing this, you are doing that. छुट्टी है, तुम घर पे काम कर रहे हो, मैं इसे घर पे काम नहीं करा रहे हो. या फिर आप देख रहे हो मैं घर का ऑफिस का काम कर रहा हूँ, आप हेल्प मांग रहे हो. It can be anyways. I mean, कुछ भी बहाना बन सकता है किसी भी चीज का. But the real thing is that where do you understand each other then? What quality do you see in each other? The positive aspects has to be looked till the time the people start changing their mindset in this aspect. Ki bhai, yes, he or she is so and so, and I should respect his or hers. Both the ways. It's both the ways. So if one side goes down, other side will automatically bust.
So did you receive any clients calling in for divorce or something like that during the lockdown?
Everybody is very happy.
Everybody's very happy.
But yesterday, I got a very shocking news. One of our colleagues, he stays in Model Town. So he just sent a message to me, Abhigya, one very strange thing has happened today. What should I do? I do his Supreme Court cases a lot. You must be knowing Nishant Anand. He's in the High Court mostly.
Yeah.
So he said it, ki bhaiya, yesterday when I was going home, one lady came to my car and started banging my glass and saying कि मेरे घर वाले मुझे मार रहे हैं, in-laws मुझे मार रहे हैं, मुझे किसी तरह ऐसी जगह पहुंचा दीजिए जहां से मुझे कुछ मिल जाए, मैं अपने घर जा सकूं. So that was quite shocking, and this seems to be a genuine case of a female. और ऐसे situations में the foremost thing was that of course the authorities need to help and people need to understand that this situation is for helping each other, not to trouble each other. अगर जब तक ये feeling helping वाली नहीं आएगी, तब तक I think there is no point of the fights are going to happen everywhere in the world. Helping, understanding.
Yeah. Okay, so next I would want to ask about another issue which is cropping up is about paying rents. So the families which are only on rental income, they're surviving on rental income. Say, for example, they had a plot or a land which the government has acquired, and then in return, government gave them some, say, accommodation or compensation which they have invested in a land, and through that they are getting the rental incomes. Especially, I'm talking about states like Rajasthan and Haryana. Now, the tenants they disagree to pay. How do they survive during this situation, during the lockdown? Or is there some misinterpretation of the government notification? What do you have to say on that?
First of all, escaping from the rent by the tenants is not at all acceptable. This is a lockdown, but it is not a shutdown of the companies. This is not a shutdown of the work. As I see, everybody is working some way or the other, from their homes, from their offices. Maybe some people have their offices at the residences itself. And I especially go to IT sector. Most of the middle class people are from the IT sector, as we see today. All of them, even if we call it in some of our close friend circles, when we call of them up in the afternoons, they don't have time to speak. Why? Because they are busy in the online meetings. They are developing softwares. They are giving support to the software. So everybody is working. They are not, in short, I want to say they're not earning. Now, if they take an undue advantage of this situation, putting themselves in the beneficial position and putting a landlord who is totally dependent on the income of the rent, then that is an injustice to the landlord, and the landlord should have a full right. All the courts are functioning as for urgent matters, and if the landlord will not have the income, the tenant is having a regular income, but he's saving that kind of trying to save that income of the rental income, which he has made a part of a slot in his salary or whatever income he's having, then it's a total injustice to the landlord. So that has to be understood by the tenants. If the tenants are unable to understand it, the landlords have the full right to approach the court, and the courts are already functioning through the video conferencing and all, and they definitely can seek the injunctions and appropriate orders.
Okay, so I think this notification was for the laborers and the students. They have the normal tenants that you are talking about. I think they have taken it as an escape of not paying rent. And I think even the lawyers, like we were discussing earlier, it is difficult for them also to pay.
If we see if you recall, and it was also in the newspapers, if a ma'am would also be knowing about it, that bunch of lawyers, they approached Supreme Court seeking relaxation for rent for only advocates. Why? Their plea was mainly that most of the advocates in the country are on the daily wages. They are not having a particular salary.
Right.
They are not having particular income. So many of them may not have cases every day. They may be having 3 or 4 cases in the month. What would they do? The Supreme Court even refused to give them any relief. So when the lawyers, which are particularly the most disadvantaged, one of the most disadvantaged positions holders, professionals today, the Supreme Court has given an example to this. See, they are not exempted, so nobody is exempted. You can't put it like, of course, we are in a better footing than students. Students don't have any of their own income. But that again, the same thing applies, that what about the landlords who have given them in the anticipation of their own income? The electricity bills has to be paid.
Yeah,
Their property tax will go, water will go, their leasehold rights, whatever the government lease amount will go, everything, these amounts will go. From where will they bring it? They also have a slot for themselves. And of course, the students are dependent on their parents. And as a news, I can't believe that the parents are not at all working at all, or the parents are not having any income at all.
Right.
So the landlords should be protected. And I think the police should also give them immediate help also in this regard, not, of course, they don't have much say in these issues because it's a civil matter. It's not a police issue matter, but they can act as a mediators. We can try to bring in the kind of a concept, the consensus between make the tenants understand the situation, the laws, and everything. And if then also they don't understand, of course, the landlords have full right to approach the lawyers electronically and file
Yeah,
the suit.
can they throw them out at this situation of time
No.
of crisis?
No, even the court law doesn't allows it even in the normal course.
Yeah.
Force is used only by the use of the course, by the proper use of the law only. If the court allows them, yes, but in this situation, they just can't take the law in their own hands.
So they can, that's the notice period they have to serve, and at that notice
Even
period,
thereafter, you can't throw them out.
yeah.
That's the law. That's the law.
So
And the one who goes against the law, he has to suffer the consequences.
yeah, but there are there's a notice from some district in the Delhi, I would say, in NCR region. So they have forced the nurses, the paramedics, and the doctors to work in Delhi, not come back to the state. So, and arrange for some temporary residences in Delhi itself. So that again is not humanitarian at
That's
such
not
time.
at all acceptable.
Yeah.
That's rather for temporarily they may take it, but these people should challenge it in the court of law. They have remedies.
On one hand, we call them as, like I was talking to Ms. Srivastava, that one hand we call them as warriors of Corona, doctors and policemen. And on the other hand, they are facing such hardships.
You know what? One thing I would just like to say. Yesterday, I was just talking to to a doctor who is from WHO. He is from WHO in Jaipur. So I was just having a word with him. He said that the cases which we are hearing of this kind of, again, not going against the nurses or the doctors or the anything of this sort. So this is very less. First we have to see what is the majority. There are also the cases where the doctor is coming in the society and the people are showering flowers,
Yeah.
right? So yesterday also I was talking to him in Jaipur. He said that rule of WHO, which is being generally followed even by MCA. MCI means Medical Council of India. MCI also is that for the doctors who are not into the hospital full time. By full time, I mean 24/7. For them, they do up and down. Some doctors come in the daytime, they work. Some work in the night time. But there are many doctors who have been asked to work 24 hours for 15 days. So 15 days they will work, 15 days they will stay at home.
Right.
Right. So the percentage of those doctors and nurses is very less, although. But yes, they have the rights and they have the legal remedies, and I think they should they should seek the help of a medical council. They should seek the help of different authorities which are there. And of course, even the police authorities will help them out in such situations because they have to be protected.
Definitely, case can be registered in case if any kind of force is used or their stuff is thrown out and things like that. So that will be taken very seriously wherever such complaints are coming. So we definitely then we counsel them. There are certain incidents that came to the light that there was some tussle because of this point, and then they were counseled. The landlords were counseled. And also for medical practitioners, if they are doing long duties in the hospitals, then they are being provided temporary accommodations, also hygienic and safe accommodations as well, so that they can get proper help and facilities while doing their job.
So the question also arises that how many of our such doctors and nurses are actually complaining about this kind of issue which they are facing.
Right.
Complaining to whom?
Coming
to the authorities.
Yeah.
आपस में discuss करने से क्या मिलेगा? कुछ भी नहीं मिलेगा.
Right.
How many of them are coming out with the authorities? Many people feel that नहीं यार पुलिस में कर देंगे या फिर MCA में कर देंगे, कल हमारी नौकरी खतरे में ना आ जाए, हमारा नाम यहाँ पे ना आ जाए. That's a wrong attitude. People should have a faith on law and the authorities.
Yeah. I faced the same situation like you are saying, कि नौकरी ना चली जाए because of all the salary cuts. And there are sudden changes in the contract. So there are pilots who want to come forth, and because there's a random cut in their salary as high as 17 and 18%, and they are being asked to give consent. Why? So that the company can cut their salaries, and if they don't give consent, that will be taken as consent for the salary cut. Now when they want to come forth, they are in a situation वही कि नौकरी ना चली जाए. तो अब इस सिचुएशन में सैलरी कट्स रैंडम हैं, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स भी दे आर बीइंग चेंज्ड एट सच अ सिचुएशन. द एचआर रूल्स से दैट इट कैन नॉट हैपन. This is against the company's policies, but that is what is happening. The salaries are being cut as high as 1 to 2 lakhs. So what do you say? What is the remedy for them? Do they come out post lockdown, or create a group now, or what? It is the legal remedy.
First of all, the thing is that what is the proof that they are being forced to give the consent?
So they've been asked
Are
on.
these,
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
coming to that. Are these people collecting some kind of proof?
Hmm.
Like if I'm an employer and you are an employee, there are two ways. Either I will send an email, or there's no letter can't be sent, so I will send an email. So it's a kind of writing, so it's a hand proof, and it is a full proof that yes, I've been asking you to do it or leave it. Right. Second option is, because I don't want to create any proof, so I'll give you a call. So on the call, there's no proof, but you can create a proof. Why don't you install a call recorder?
Yeah.
Right? Call recorders will help in this such situations. The people, I don't know whether they use this technology or not.
They use iPhones which have no call recorders.
They can call recorders may not be there, but there. Yes, you are right. There's iPhones. There's a restriction on this.
Right.
So in that
But
situation,
yes, we have to create such proofs.
we have to create such circumstances. But even if post lockdown, if people approach, of course, right now they have no other option but to give the consent.
There's this garb of act of God. What do you do?
This is just again the same principle applies. Everybody is working, every company is earning, nothing has stopped. Softwares are being developed, so if softwares are being maintained, you call any maintenance number today, be it Airtel, Jio, even Apple or Samsung, Amazon, anywhere, everybody is responding. Maybe with a time gap, but everybody is responding. That means they are functioning. It is not that the works have stopped. The world has stopped. World is going, but only virtually right now. They are not doing physically, but virtually. So it cannot be said that the companies are not earning. The cutting of the salaries and these are just an eyewash, in my opinion. And rather, they may have to give a consent right now. But after this lockdown opens up, these all people have a full right to go and recover this amount.
True. Okay, and what about, there was one more thing that was coming to my mind. Yeah, the essentials and the non-essentials list. So what is essential commodity and what is not an essential commodity? There's a long battle going on. The liquor shops have been opened up. So where is the whole purpose of lockdown has defeated? In spite of the fact that it has contributed a lot to the economy in just one day. What do you say? And then I would also like to ask Ms. Srivastava what is happening in her jurisdiction as far as the liquor shops are concerned. But what do you say about Delhi and maybe the whole country?
See, of course, I don't second this thought of opening the liquor shops. The country's economy, the economic slowdown is not only in India, but it's worldwide. If you can't say that only India is suffering, but still India is on a far better position. In India, the government has allowed the agriculturists, the farmers to work in their farms with the whatever distancing and all. Essential commodities are being provided everywhere. I mean, if I go in my area, I myself go to approximately 1.5 kilometers away to bring the essentials once in a month, right? So essentials are not stopped. Everything is being available. And when whatever the slowdown of the economy, I feel that we are in a better position than in other countries also. I was talking to one of my friends in the USA. They said that here, even the essentials are not allowed. Essentials. So if essentials are not allowed means their economy is zero right now. If we go to other places, like I talked to one of my friends in Nepal and one of my in Sri Lanka. If the markets are closed, if you need an essential, you give a call to the authorities. the authorities officials will come at your home. First, they will make a check how many things are there available for how many days. If you really need it, then they will give you. If you don't need it, then they will impose a penalty on you. You gave a false call to us. So we are in a far better position. Liquor shops may have contributed to the economy, but that would have been could have been a situation if even the essential commodities were not available. Even the other portions of the industries were not working. But right now, everything is going on. As we have just, whatever we have discussed is all interrelated.
Yeah.
Everybody is working. The economy is come somewhere or the other lessened, but it's there. The government is getting the exchequer. All the bills, governments are taxes they are getting everything. They are taking the payments for the bills of the cards are getting paid. Everything they are going. Where the question of this zero economy? I should say. So I think the opening of the liquor shops is totally.
Yes, PIL was also filed against this, and I was surprised to read that Delhi government says that we are going to impose a corona fee on the MRP of the bottle, which will
That
be
is all
70%.
rubbish. That is all rubbish. Those who wants to, I mean, even after 70% of this corona fees, you see the queues how much are there in Delhi.
That's
Although in East Delhi, I see that there are the shops are closed. Our areas, DCP has taken this call that no wine shop will be open except one in one remote area, except one, no, but no other shop will be open.
Yeah. So I would ask Ms. Srivastav also, what are the problems related to this parameter, this factor of
See,
liquor shops you're
recently,
facing? Yeah.
recently there has been a policy that the shops are being opened, but then it has also been left to to every district to take a final decision as per the corona situation in their districts. So largely where there are containment areas, there be supplied to. But out of containment zones, now since last 2-3 days, they have decided to open liquor shops, and definitely we have also observed long queues there. So our effort is to ensure the distancing norms, but definitely it is something which which might, even when we talk about domestic violence, it increases domestic violence when somebody is intoxicated and they interact in that situation within the home. And also with when somebody has consumed alcohol, then naturally the kind of safety precautions that one has to follow in this situation, and that gets diluted. So there are several other things also, the crime patterns that we have seen, that under intoxication, lot many crimes also take place. So things are opening up, economies, as Abhigya rightly told, that not many activities are going on. So definitely with this, we might see rise in crime and deterioration on personal health also. Whoever is intoxicated, there may be fight to the resistance power that gets down. So it is individual decision also as to what we choose in our daily life and in our lifestyle. So I'll go back to one of the questions that you asked, Abhigya, about domestic violence situation, or the mindset, the attitude that is there inside the house. So I would also say that seeing the positive thing in your family members is one good choice in these times. And the good thing about lockdown is that now, while we see the negative aspect, that there are certain incidents of fights and all, but on the positive side, lot many people have said that this was the time that they were always dreaming of, that sparing some time with their family members, and then lot many positive changes in the lifestyle, like doing most of the job with your own hands, and observing hygiene, then spending time with their children, observing your spouse also, how they behave, how they work, and each of the family members, because recently, in last maybe few years, with the internet and with the all virtual platforms and all, people are so much outside their house. Even despite of being inside also, they are always away from their family members. So this opportunity has given us a beautiful time where we can actually, we have no other option than to interact amongst our family itself. And obviously these gadgets are there, but despite of that, because you're physically there, so you can more closely observe your own kids, and you can cook something, you can follow your habits, and you can always read and do plantation and things like that. So actually you can take a re-look about your lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, hygienic lifestyle, and working working for yourself is something very energetic and positive, if we do most of the work without depending on maids and people coming from outside. So it's another beautiful experience. So I would also suggest our audience that this time should be utilized, especially for students. Instead of fearing for corona, or letting all these negative news, these rumors, these troubles outside the world, instead of allowing that to take over your mind, one should see the positive sides as to what all we always dreamed of doing, and we are being able to do all that. And I think for students, as I was saying, that this is the most beautiful time where you're not disturbed, you don't have to go outside, you don't have any place to hang out, and you have to stay indoors, and you have to focus your time in your studies. For people who are not doing cooking and all, they can enjoy that period. Husbands, spouses, they can help their family members inside. So it's a beautiful opportunity. So and when we are engaged in something, anything positive, anything constructive, anything new, if we learn certain new techniques, so your energies are focused in that direction, and you have that thrill, you have that you know very satisfactory result in your mindset of being engaged in a positive and creative activity. So for that time, you actually gradually you leave all those tensions and all those corona effects, I would say. So that will definitely improve your the harmonious situation in the family, and you'll definitely you'll sail through this time. And in heartfulness, as we have lot many techniques to follow, very simple techniques and very short duration techniques also, and available online in our platforms. So you can do that also. For relaxation, we can follow heartfulness relaxation. For spot cleaning, like if we are too perturbed for a particular issue, or too overburdened about certain these economic situations, or these situations at job, so we can do cleaning also. And we can remove the effect of these impressions that are pouring in. So that is there. The technique of meditation is also there, which keeps you focused in something very divine, very positive, and keeps you relaxed and balanced, even for a harmonious relationship at home, and to help you balance your life through these difficult times. So I would suggest our audience to follow all these techniques that are available with heartfulness platform. And I would say that this time should be utilized positively, prayerfully. We have heartfulness prayer also. So that is to seek divine help when nothing seems to be helpful. So then we can always pray to God and utilize this time well.
Yes. I think that adds it all, and that is done. On a positive note, I think, can we sit in a 2-minute universal prayer and then just wind up?
Sure, why not?
For hearts globally. Thank you. And on that note, I just feel to say that this too shall pass. And let's all get together, like you said, with the family. Let's meditate. And to the audience, I think we have tried to give you some legal resolves and some points on connecting with the heart. So for tomorrow, you can tune into our webinar at the same channel. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Srivastav, and thank you, Mr. Abhigyu. See you.
Thank you, Sonam. Thank you, Abhijit.
Thank you.
Bye.